True. American company. Rolling with Russ. Management. Fucking with the that beat right here. Rolling with Russ. Management. Fucking with the that beat right here. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Thinking of a master plan. See nothing but sweat inside my hands, so I dig into my pocket, all my money spent, so I dig deeper, but still coming up with lint. So I start my mission, leave my residence, thinking how can I get some dead presidents? I need money. I used to be a stick-up kid, so I think of all the devious things I did. I used to roll up, this is a hold up, ain't nothing funny, stop smiling, still nothing move but the money. Now I learn to earn cause I'm righteous. Maybe I might just search for a 9 to 5. If I strive, maybe I'll stay alive. Up the street, missing this. Man, do I miss pen and a paper, a stereo, a tape of me and Eric being a nice big plate of fish, which is my favorite dish. Without no money, it's still a wish. Cause I don't like to dream about getting paid, so I dig into the books of the rhymes that I've made. Yo, hit the trick, see if I got pulled. Hit the studio, cause I'm paid in full. Yeah. What's good, good people? Got a little bit of that Eric B and Rakim going on in my ear. Had to hit you with the paid in full. Full. Yeah, buddy. Alright, if you are watching this on the Relationship Rehab, you will notice that there is no chat for you because we are on the United Guns of America chat. So I'm gonna put the link to the chat, to the channel over there, and then y'all can come on over and check us out and join. So subscribe. There you go. Make sure you click on that link right there. If my moderators can keep posting that throughout, and go ahead and have everybody come over and actually subscribe over here, we can get it cracking. All right. I hope everybody's doing good tonight. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here with me, and I appreciate that. Let me first and foremost pull up the chat here so I can give my UGOA salute to none other than Athena. What's going on? First one in the chat. That's what's happening. What's up? Shout out to my brother Easy E. Shout out to my brother DJ Just JOK. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the Soto Podcast and also to the Voltron Network. And also to my brother Brielle. What's going on? And Michelle Glass. What's happening? Dacian. And everybody else is in. I ain't gonna go down the whole list. Yo, what happened to peace? Peace. Alright, so let's do this. Alright, guys. So here's what we got going. If you did not read the title, if you're just tuning in, I know that you all have seen plenty of times. You've seen me do videos on this channel and on the Relationship Rehab when you have just issues, or where you got people, you got niggas, you got everybody that just don't respect the law and don't do things right, and we wonder why people wind up in jail, why people wind up getting locked up, right? Just like we just recently talked about the black folks at IHOP that just got locked up over some bacon. My man went to jail over some bacon that they didn't even have. He didn't even get to eat no bacon. He just went to jail over bacon, right? So I got to call it both ways. I try my best to be fair. I try my best to be, you know, equal on both sides, you know, whatever you want to call it. I just call it like I see. And this one here, I was really disturbed by it because this was probably one of the only thing I've seen worse than this is just as far as bad policing is the shooting of the guy that got shot at the hotel. I did a video on that where they lit the guy up with an AR-15 in the hallway. That was terrible policing, just terrible. But in this instance here, you gonna see yet again some others doing some bad policing all the way down in the southern tip of Florida in Miami-Dade PD. This is atrocious. It's terrible. It didn't have to go there. And if this young lady plays her cards right, everything is going to be all right, because she's probably going to get herself a lawsuit. And she's probably going to win. And she's probably going to win. I don't know about winning big, but she's definitely going to win something. I would say there's at least several tens of thousands or maybe a few hundreds of thousands of dollars in her horizon. Because, yeah, what they did was totally uncalled for. They totally just wanted to just essentially lock up a black chick or a loud ass black woman. They said, we want to lock one of them up today. And they was like, fine, let's do it. Let me show you how it's done. And that's pretty much what they did. So let's go ahead and get it cracking. We're going to first start out with our good old fashioned FBI warning. Oh yeah. Read by none other than my sexy, sultry wife. Yeah.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Go on ahead, baby, with your fine reading self. Well, you know you someone you can just read fine. Ain't that something? Just read fine. That's what I'm talking about. She just reads fine. Yes. Yes, indeed. She make me want to just end the show and go do something to her. That's what it made me want to do. But hey, I got work first. Let me go ahead and get that out of the way. Then I can go do what I like to do and do it the way I like to do it. All right, but moving right along, let's get to business here. So let me frame this up. Let me get the frame for you. And basically what this is it appears that these two young ladies here have gotten into it with their neighbor or somebody on their block. They've exchanged words, and then at some point a firearm comes into play. And not only is this firearm been brandished, but look it up, nigga, like Tommy say. Not only has this firearm been brandished, but it has also been a threat along with it to these young ladies. Now, these young ladies was probably talking some cash shit, like a lot of young ladies do. They talking that shit, and it looks like the dude was like, bitch, I'm gonna show you what time it really is. And he went too far. Right? So cool. Then what happens, the police come on scene, and they're doing their job like they're supposed to. They're trying to interview both people, find out what's going on, get to the truth. They at some point come to the conclusion that there is a problem, but they just tend to disregard that shit. And they keep going back and forth until the point to where the officer starts yelling. He starts telling them to shut up, that they getting too loud. And then he winds up putting one of them ladies in cuffs, slamming them to the ground as if she was just refusing to rest and just deserved to get her ass beat because she wasn't obeying the law or the officer. Now, in my opinion, what he was trying to do, he was right, but he did it the wrong way. And because of that, he got suspended. I don't know if he's lost his job or not, but he damn sure should have been suspended at the very least. Because what he did was totally uncalled for. It was bad policing, and it was not in any shape, form, or fashion even close or remotely close to even going to where he took it. He did a very bad job, and I want to point that out. So let's go ahead, let's get it cracking, and let's see how this unfolds. Everybody that's over here on the relationship rehab side that's watching the stream, if you don't mind, I just put a nice little lovely link for y'all to click and subscribe to the gun channel, which is UGOA, United Guns of America. Please subscribe to that. See, I'm learning, DJ. I know you've been teaching me, telling me to make sure that I promote the channel and tell people to subscribe and click the like. So I'm telling these people over here in relationship rehab land to click the like button and click the subscribe button. That's what I'm talking about. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
What alright, so which one of you called him a faggot?
I did after he called
You
me
did.
a hooker.
So who lives there?
Me.
You live there, and that's your friend?
Yeah, I live next door,
Next
not
door,
there.
they live next door.
He called me a hooker. He's
First,
Boy, do y'all see how this chick on the right look? The one with the black like cut off tank top. She look like nigga, what the fuck? She got that what the fuck look on her face. Like, god damn. Let me tell you ladies something. Let me go ahead and say this while I'm here. Men, and I'm talking about men. I ain't talking about these little young dumb niggas out here on the streets, these little young terrorists. I'm just saying men, us in general. A smile and a pleasant attitude will take you a very long way. I don't know where ladies got this thing about being tough, being this dude like. It seems like it's the majority of these young black women that have taken on this mantra of just saying, or this mantle of saying we gonna be these tough ass nigga like bitches. I don't like it, and most men, especially men of other cultures, they don't like it. It's unnecessary. Women, hear me. Hear me. You see the eyes? Roll them. A smile and a pleasant attitude will take you a very long way. Just keep that in mind. Because the way these motherfuckers looking, this one here, she got that the fuck. You know what she look like? She like the fuck? Like, huh? Like she motherfucking riding the short bus with the security on the back seat. Y'all know you got the short bus and people got the helmets on, but then you got them really, really terrible short bus where you got the security in the back seat where the kids think it's their uncle, but he really there to make sure that they don't fuck up the bus driver or fuck up none of the other kids. That's the kind of bus she look like she ride on. Just watch as they like just pull up to this and just start. Listen to the girl in the white shirt, but look at the one in the black shirt with the shirt or jacket tied around her legs.
Alright, so which one of you called him a faggot?
I did after he called
You
me
did.
a hooker.
So who lives there?
Me.
You live there, and that's your friend?
Yeah, I live next door.
Next
not
door.
there.
They live next door.
Y'all said she ain't blink or nothing.
He been
First?
calling me a hoe. We didn't even say
You didn't say anything?
walking on the. He was
Okay.
like
Okay.
hooker.
Alright, that's fine.
And
That's
then
fine.
and then we was like,
That's what he said.
like, you know, I'm not gonna sit there and let you call me out of my name.
So he-
Especially
so he
you've been
called you
doing it the
first.
past few.
Just look, just check it out, and it's like that bitch is standing there. Do y'all look? Do y'all remember? Y'all, let me see how far y'all. I'm gonna take y'all back real quick. Do y'all remember back in the day a place called Showbiz Pizza? Y'all remember Showbiz Pizza? Y'all remember them motherfucking robots that do the show like every hour or whatever? And that motherfucking gorilla, the Showbiz Pizza gorilla, not Chuck E. Cheese. This is before Chuck E. Cheese came on the scene. I'm talking about Showbiz Pizza. That motherfucking gorilla that be like this. And then once the show started, that motherfucker get to playing that piano. His name was like Fats Domino or some shit like that. Watch how she's sitting there. She's sitting there like one of them motherfucking robots like this. And then it's like top of the hour come and it's time to do the show for the kids. And then that motherfucker just start. Now what had happened was he came up to us. That's what she looked like. Just roll with me here. Just let me take you there. Watch how she just ain't gonna move. I don't even think that bitch blinked. She just like. Now what had happened was he came up to us and then watch this shit.
I did after he called
You
me
did.
a hooker.
So who lives there?
Me.
You live there, and that's your friend?
Yeah, I live next door,
Next
not
door. They
there.
live next door.
He called me a hooker. He's
First?
been calling me a hoe. We didn't even say
We
anything.
didn't say anything.
Walking on the. He was
Okay.
like,
Alright,
That
that's
is
fine.
bitch
and then
totally
we was like,
That's what he said.
like, you know, I'm not gonna sit there and let you call me out of my name.
So he-
Especially
so he
you've
called
been
you
doing it
first.
the past few days, and no, that's not cool. Like
How
he's
come
sitting in
how
his
come
yard.
you haven't called the police for him?
Why am I gonna call the police for him calling me names? I'll just take my ass in the house.
Now, here's the thing. What she's telling them, and she's literally, and here's why I believe her, because she's just telling the truth, and she's telling the truth on both sides. She was like, yes, I did call him a fag. I called him a faggot. He called me a whore. So that tells the officer, and if I'm the officer that's interviewing, okay, there was some name calling involved. He called her a faggot, or she called him a faggot. He called her a whore. Really don't matter who said what to each other first because of this.
But he pulled out a freaking gun.
He pulled out a gun.
A shotgun. And pointed it at my face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, here's my point to this. Because some people will see this and be like, oh, that bitch could be lying because he probably didn't point it at her. Don't matter. Fact of the matter is, you having words back and forth with your neighbor, with a friend, with some scraggly scallywag bitch that's walking by your house, don't matter. Once you pull out your firearm, now you've leveled up into a crime, because it is against the law for you to just pull out your gun and to point it or to be threatening somebody with it. At that point, the officer should have been like, okay, cool, calm down, let me go find out what the fuck is going on, if he didn't already have gotten that information, okay? Because that is where the law is broken. Like I always tell people, what the police are here to do, they're not here to hold court. What they're here to do is to uphold the law. This dude has broken the law. Hey, what up? What up, Preem? Hey, you see, that is a perfect pause. Bitch like, ugh. The fuck? Ain't that the fuck look? Boy, I tell you. But at this point, the law has been broken, and that is where he needs to, as an officer, if I'm sitting here and I'm taking notes, I'm hearing both sides, and the other two officers that with him, they're actually rookies. Now I should be educating them to say, okay, boom, now we've gotten to the law broke. Fuck the name calling. That's hearsay. He said, she said, whatever. There have been no threats until now. Okay, so now this is very, very pertinent information that I've gotten as an officer, and now I need to further investigate because somebody done broke the motherfucking law, and I need to get to the bottom of this shit. All right. So once he heard that, then he should have basically been like, okay, I get it. I see why y'all may be, you know, a little agitated. I don't know what the fuck wrong with this Showbiz Pizza Gorilla, but this bitch was here too. God damn.
Gun.
He pulled out a gun.
A shotgun. Pulled out a freaking gun.
He pulled out a gun.
A shotgun.
And pointed it at my face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And told me he was going to shoot me, and I didn't even got nothing to do with it.
What color was the shotgun?
I just saw the black barrel. It was
Black barrel?
long.
Okay.
It's long.
It's a shotgun.
Yeah.
Now, that right there shows that you got two people corroborating exactly what happened. These motherfuckers ain't lying. They ain't saying this dude pulled out some Uzi or he pulled out some motherfucking Rambo gun. They literally just basically both described a shotgun. And these women ain't no gun enthusiasts. They don't know firearms like that. So as an officer, you can't even be like, oh shit, they lying or they telling me some bullshit or they making this shit up. They are definitely telling the truth. You can tell by their body language. You can tell by the way they're actually recounting the story and basically telling you exactly what happened. At that point, the officer should have been like, okay, cool, I got enough for right now, or hey, finish telling me what happened. But then he starts to say, they pulled out a gun. He pulled out a gun. Like, you don't fucking believe him. And I don't get that. That's what, to me, was one of his first mistakes.
Hear me out. So, he called you a hooker, you call him a faggot.
He called me a hooker. He was like, hooker, and we was like...
But what I'm trying to figure out is at which point you actually stay on scene just to go to battle with him.
Now, here's where he's off into bullshit. That don't matter. Staying on the scene, staying off the scene, going over this, going over that, shit don't matter. Fact of the matter is, here's what happened. You know that they just told you that shit. You need to get to the bottom of that.
We did not stay on scene. We were walking down the street.
I'm asking her. Give me 1 second. At which point you actually stay on scene just to go to battle with him?
We did not stay on scene. We were...
He's saying you stand on scene to go to battle with him. What the fuck do you mean going to battle? You are at the scene. You clearly see that there is no immediate danger. What is your expectation of them? If they told you this is what happened, dude, we had words, we exchanged words, dude pulled out a shotgun, he can't fucking do that. I can call you whatever fucking name I want to call you. Asshole, you dick sucker, cocksucker, motherfucker, punk ass nigga. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. However, once you brandish a firearm, you have broken the law. Plain and simple. Do your fucking job at that point, Miami-Dade PD. Because this is where shit went left. And now he's trying to make it seem as though it's their fault as to why they are still here, what happened. And he's questioning them as if they've done something wrong, which, because they don't know the law, they're not well versed in law, they are sitting here saying, like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? Like, why am I here? And you'll see how the shit starts unraveling. They get worked up, which in this case is rightfully so. They should get worked up because he's not doing his fucking job. He's sitting there trying to placate to, I guess, the other person. I don't know if he know that person or if he just believes that story 1000%, whatever the case may be. He's wrong right now.
Give me 1 second. I'm asking her. Give me 1 second. Y'all screaming over here.
Because now he's saying now they screaming. And they're not. God damn it, I just had a gun pointed in my face. I would expect for you as a police officer to be a little bit more considerate and compassionate in this situation to understand that, hey, I'm fucking worked up. Should be. My adrenaline's pumping. I may be a little upset. And yes, I may raise my voice. Now, they were both talking from the giddy up. Now he will, after the motherfucking gorilla with Showbiz Pizza went into action, now he's telling them, I just want to talk to her now, or now I just want to talk to this person. You are the officer on scene. Yes, you are in authority. And if you really wanted to do that, what you should have done is you should have separated them. Should have been like, ma'am, can you come over here with me? Finish explaining the story. Said that other young lady, can you talk to this officer right here? Because he got not one, but two officers with him. So I get it. You're trying to keep the situation under control. You're trying to get all of the information as much as possible. And if you want to get two separate stories, you separate both of the fucking victims. Plain and simple. And that's basic police work. I want to get your story. I want to get your story. Fine. First thing I need to do is separate y'all motherfuckers, because I don't want y'all motherfuckers hearing each other's shit and telling. Nope. I want to hear your story. Alright, I'm going to get to that part too, Jimmy D. Well, let's go back and just hear this little part.
Well, I'm trying to figure it out.
We're not.
Okay, but what I'm trying to figure out is at which point you actually stay on scene just to go to battle with him.
He's saying you stay on scene just to go to battle with him. There is no battle. They're exchanging words. A gun comes into play. Do your job. It's that simple. It's that simple. If I'm outside with my neighbor, we can shout all goddamn day about each other, who we say to each other. Once my neighbor displays a firearm to me, once my neighbor points a firearm at me, all bets are off, and now the police need to be involved. Period. And him sitting here talking about, wait, I'm trying to figure out, you're bullshitting now. Because now you're acting as though it's their fault. Acting, well, why would you stay on scene? What the fuck do you mean, why would I stay on scene? Maybe I was scared shitless and didn't know to run. Could that possibly be why I stayed on scene? Does it matter? It doesn't.
We did not stay on scene. We were walking down the street.
I'm asking her. Give me 1 second. Y'all screaming over here. Well, I'm trying to figure it out.
We're not. It's not. We're not trying to scream. You know. We're like.
It doesn't matter.
I get it. You react.
And if you hear her, she explains to him, we're not trying to scream, but goddamn, man, we're fucking frazzled. We're fucking agitated. We're scared. Whatever the case may be. We're not our normal selves because some abnormal shit has just happened to us, officer.
No.
He gets it. Why can't you get
it? No.
And that, to me, that pissed him off, but she's fucking 1000% correct. He gets it. Why the fuck don't you? He's cool. Why the fuck aren't you? And that's my point in all this. It's like, dude, you are supposed to be the person that's in charge, but yet and still, you're like, it's as though you tired of her and you pissed off at her, but you steady asking her questions, and because she's not giving you the answers you may want to hear, then now you ready to motherfucking lock her ass up. The fuck? The fuck?
I get it, but I don't like the tone of voice.
So now,
stop talking.
Okay, so now, he
I don't like your tone of voice. Now, as a fucking police officer, if you don't like somebody's tone of voice, then you can explain to them, hey, look, I understand that you're upset. Calm down. And that person doesn't calm down. All you need to do is time them out. Say, you know what? Hang on for a second. I'm going to give you a minute. Let me talk to you. Or hang on, both of you guys. Let me go talk to this motherfucker that apparently could possibly have a gun. And that's my other piece in this. If this motherfucker has a gun, you don't know if he has it legally. You don't know if it's illegal. You don't know if he's ready to shoot you. You don't know if he's ready to shoot them. You have no clue. So why not go back? Now in the story, they say that he initially went and talked to this guy, and the guy said he didn't have a gun. So these two motherfuckers just gonna make up. You think these two motherfuckers right here bright enough to make up this fucking story? Come on, man. It took them a week to come back and arrest this dude. A week. And he went willingly after he admitted that he did have a fucking gun. What the fuck? So they was right all along. But you so busy trying to worry about getting her tone to be calmed down. And here's why I'm calling another piece of bullshit in this. Because if this was a person of another color, if this was a person who was a little bit more attractive to his liking, that motherfucker wouldn't have never caused all this mother. It wouldn't have never been this much interviewing. Because it would have been man pulls gun on woman. And he would have been all over that shit. Especially if he thought she was fucking hot. Plain and simple. And I'm just calling it how I see it because that's how the shit happens. It's just like when you see court cases where women get off because they're fucking attractive. It's just like when women, just like that court case where the teacher was sleeping with the 13-year-old, 14-year-old boy, and she was a very attractive teacher. They gave this bitch probation, and she was able to not only go get a job somewhere, but she kept her fucking credentials and everything. It wasn't no you can't never teach again. It was just like you can't teach here. And she moved on with her life. Now let that have been a dude, you dirty, low down, no good motherfucker. We gonna put you under the jail, and we hope you get anally raped on a regular basis because you shouldn't have had sex with that young girl. That's what's gonna happen. And the fact that these two women here have both literally told you the same exact thing, you still don't believe them because I'm just trying to get all the information to figure this out. That's bullshit, dude. Plain and simple. Hey, look. Ha! That's bullshit. Let me go ahead and do this.
Bullshit detected. Take precaution.
This is my new bullshit button. Hey, every time I hear some bullshit, I'm hitting this right here. That's bullshit.
Bullshit level DEFCON 5.
Hell yeah, that's the first time I got to use it. I had that for about a week.
You called him a faggot, at which point, if you see him going back inside the house.
He didn't go in the house.
He had that shotgun with him already.
He already, I don't know.
So here's what the officer's trying to do. He's trying to say, okay, so he calls you a whore. He calls you call him a faggot. Then he goes in the house and she tells him he didn't go in the house. So obviously this motherfucker had his shotgun close by. And that's exactly what they're going to tell him. But he don't want to hear none of that shit. He just want to keep on going past that. Watch it.
Oh, all I know is he bent down, picked it up, and told me he was going to shoot me in the f***ing head. That's what he told me.
Okay.
It happened
He
fast.
never went in the house.
Never went in the house.
Who ain't going to believe a showbiz pizza gorilla? Come on, man. You know this bitch telling the truth. Look at her face. That's what he did. He told me he was going to shoot me in the face. I'd be like, bitch, I probably would have shot you in the face too, because I thought you was going to do something to me with that motherfucking weave coming up off your head. Bitch, you look scary.
Never went in the house.
You saw it right there.
So
he
bent down. He has a...
Bitch said bent. He bent down. And they done told this dude not once, not twice. This is the third time they done told this motherfucker that this motherfucker done pulled this gun out on them, and he still just don't want to believe it. So you're sure it was a gun? You're positive it was a shotgun, or was it a long rifle? Was it a 30-06 or was it a 308? Or just which one was it? Was it a M1A? You gotta like be a little bit more specific. Really, dude? That's bullshit.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horseshit.
Hell to the no.
Bunch of trees. All we know is he turned around. All I know is he bent down, picked it up, and told me he was going to shoot me in the f***ing head. That's what he told me.
Okay.
It happened
He
fast.
never went in the house.
Never went in the house.
He never went in the house.
You saw it right there.
So
he
he
bent down. He has a bunch of trees. All we know is he turned around and came up like this.
Okay, give me a sec.
He was in the fence the whole time. We were right here. Like, is there cameras out?
So now I guess time has transpired, and one of these officers that went to go talk to this guy, and now they've come back. And actually, we're going to see exactly how much time that went by.
We know is he turned around and came up like this.
Okay, give me a sec.
10:17.
He was in the fence the whole time. We were right here.
Oh, they still
Like,
tell us just a different
there
camera.
cameras out here that can prove this. There's street cameras. There's
Okay, where are they?
Now he's being a dick. Now he begins to be a dick. Because then he says, oh, they're like, man, there's cameras all around. It's like they have exhausted all of the ways that they can explain this shit to them, and they still ain't believing them. And now dude's being a dick saying, okay, well, where are the cameras at? Like, motherfucker, it's cameras here. Dude got cameras at his house. Dude got cameras across the street. Like, what the fuck else do you want me to do? Not only me, but there's another person here with me that has told you what this asshole did, and you still playing the, well, I don't know, I don't really necessarily have all of the information. I'm still trying to figure this out. That's bullshit.
He got cameras saying he got cameras. It's a camera right there. Y'all need to do something.
Oh yeah, and you need to chill out. Okay.
Now, here's where he loses control and winds up going too far and doing some really dumb shit. So he's asking about these cameras that they're telling him about, but now they're like, shit, y'all need to basically go do your job, man. What the fuck are you sitting here grilling me for like I'm the motherfucking the person who committed the crime, like I'm the criminal? And I don't get that. Why the fuck was there so much grilling and they telling you the same thing several times? Not, oh, well, they told me this and it was a little inconsistent. Bullshit. Exactly. They told you the same story several times and you still don't believe them? Get the fuck out of here, man. I just didn't understand that. And now, when they're frustrated, because they've been going at this shit now for a good 2 minutes or whatever, now you're upset, now you pissed off, and now you gonna jump bad.
I just asked if I could go down next door and
Okay, where are they?
Cameras out here that can
and came up like this.
Okay, give me a sec.
He was in the fence though.
Now you hear her say, I need to talk to my kids or check on my kids. Because of course, she's a single black mother and her kids is by themselves or somewhere in somebody else's care. But that's neither here nor there. Point of the matter is that they've explained this to them to where they're like, and with any public civilian or public citizen that has done this much explaining, and these officers are still grilling, still trying to figure this out, it is beyond me as to them being or keeping their composure this long. The fact of the matter is that unfortunately for them, they don't really know the law, and just like I forgot who mentioned it earlier, at this point they should have been like, you know what, apparently there's a problem with you understanding me. I would like to have a supervisor on to come out. That's essentially what should have been done right then and there. And if he being because I believe he was the FTO, he was the field training officer, and he had 2 rookies with him. If he was a sergeant and he was training those 2, then goddamn it, I need a LT out here. Get me a lieutenant then, because you obviously don't believe me or don't think I'm a credible witness at this point, and I have a problem with that. I need a supervisor. That's exactly what should have happened here, but everybody don't know that, and I get it. And in this instance, they shouldn't have had to have it shouldn't even went there. They should not have had to do this for this type of incident. Ain't nobody shot, ain't nobody dead, ain't nobody got beat up. This is literally an altercation where you had 2 people going back and forth, and you had an asshole who brought a firearm into play and shouldn't, and his ass needs to go to jail. Plain and simple. All this extra shit that they're doing is nothing but
Bullshit detected.
exactly.
The whole time we were right here. Like, is there
He's
cameras
exhausted.
out here that can prove this? There's street cameras. There's
Okay, where are
Goddamn
they?
Showbiz Pizza Gorilla done played all
He
she
got
can
cameras
play.
saying he got cameras. It's a camera right there. Y'all need to do something.
Oh yeah, and you need to chill out.
I
Okay.
just asked if I could go down next door and
You need
call
to
my
chill out.
kids.
You need to chill out because
Excuse
now you're gonna
me.
be arrested.
Excuse me.
You're being disorderly right now.
I'm asking.
You
I'm talking to
are
her.
gonna be arrested.
I'm talking to this lady.
Okay.
You're being disorderly right now, motherfucking Ricky Ricardo. You need to work on your ESL classes, because that accent is heavy than a motherfucker. That's all I got to say as a fact. But now you're at the point to where you're ready to slap the cuffs on her, but you wasn't ready to slap the cuffs on the guy who actually pulled the gun. And here's where shit goes left, and this is exactly why the motherfucker should have been suspended. because it got out of hand right here. You had this person explain themselves on several occasions and you still ain't doing shit. And now you want them to act right and to not be disorderly. Well, what about the motherfucker who was out of line, who literally has committed a crime right next door? That's a bunch of
Bullshit level DEFCON 5.
exactly. So, and here's where shit goes left.
Chill out. You need to chill.
Saying he got cameras. It's a camera right there. Y'all need to do something.
Oh yeah, you need to chill out.
I
Okay.
just asked if I could go down next door
You
and
need to
call
chill
my
out.
kids.
Yes, you need to chill out because
Excuse
now you're gonna
me.
be arrested.
Excuse me.
You're being disorderly right now.
I'm asking.
You
I'm talking to
are
her.
gonna be arrested.
I'm talking to this lady.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one more chance. If you don't calm down, I'm gonna bring you in.
I'm
I'm
calm.
gonna bring you in.
I'm calm. I just want to go
You
talk to
don't
my
calm
kids.
down. He sound like Vargas from Bad Boys. Vargas and Reyes. A couple of grape sodas. Vargas and Reyes is on bullshit right here. Because at the end of the day, you are willing to put the cuffs on and to lock up and take to jail a woman who is being disorderly. But a motherfucker who got a gun and has not only pulled out that gun, but has allegedly pointed it at another person and given them a threat of blowing their face off or their head off, you ain't pulled out the cuffs on that motherfucker and said, hey, you are being disorderly now and I'm going to get you arrested because you need the cuffs put on you. In my country, if this were Cuba, you would not be able to do this, my friend. Okay? So I have a problem with you wanting to do that. You quick to slap the cuffs on motherfucking the Showbiz Pizza Gorilla, but you don't want to put the cuffs on the motherfucker who pointed the shotgun. That's insane. That's bad policing, and that, sir, is a bunch of...
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
Exactly.
I have a very important phone call.
Okay.
I just asked if I could go next door and charge my phone.
So there's the rookie there who's trying to learn from the dumbass cop. And I don't know how the fuck he became an FTO, but it's insane. And that's my problem, too, with a lot of police officers, because now you have not one but two other fellow police officers who are rookies learning from this dumbass. And what do dumbasses do? They beget dumbasses. And that's a huge problem for me. I don't know. And this dude, he doesn't even seem like he's that well trained, or he's just having a fucking terrible day as a police officer. Because most FTOs are usually your best police. They are usually your seasoned police. They are usually the police that know what the fuck they're doing and have been doing it for so long that they're good at it and it's second nature to them. And I don't know how the hell he got to this point and how he lost control of this situation, but it's terrible that this young lady had to suffer like this because of his inability to control the situation and to be the officer in charge and take care of the business the way he should have.
My daughter is sick. I don't have time for this.
Screaming again.
I'm freaking out.
Second time. Okay? You are acting disorderly. You will be arrested. Okay?
So I have a gun pointed at me. I'm worried about my children. I've explained to you not one, not two, but several times what has happened to me. And now you're threatening to lock me up for disorderly conduct. Fuck the fact that the dude next door has pointed a gun at me and I don't know what's going on with my kids because my phone is dead. Really? Come on, man. And even if this bitch is lying about her phone, fact of the matter is you're threatening to lock up somebody who has had something done to them and you ain't did shit to the other person first. Now, if you got this other asshole in cuffs sitting in the backseat of your car, then I'm cool. But that ain't the case, because y'all didn't even lock him up. Y'all was too busy trying to lock her ass up and take her to jail.
Okay?
Got a gun
Get it
pointed at
right.
my face. My
Okay,
daughter's
we're going to
sick.
help you
I
out.
need to.
We're trying.
I'm calm. I'm calm. I just want to go talk to my kids. I have a very important phone call.
Okay.
I just asked if I could go next door and charge my phone. My daughter is sick. I don't have time for this.
Screaming again.
I'm freaking out.
Second time. Okay? You are acting disorderly. You will be arrested. Okay?
Got a gun
Get it
pointed at
right.
my face. My
Okay,
daughter's
we're gonna
sick.
help you
I
out.
need
Good.
to.
We're trying
We're
to
gonna help you out.
Listen, we're here to investigate. Just calm down.
You know what? She needs to be made corrected, if
Okay.
anything.
Calm down.
Alright?
You hear
Why
this
do I have
motherfucker? You hear this motherfucker? Where is the professionalism? You know what? You need to be corrected, alright? Okay? You want a couple of grape sodas? Are you fucking kidding me, man? That's a damn shame that he's even carrying and conducting himself like that. There's no more, hey ma'am, hey look, I understand, let me do this so that we can go ahead and let you go, let me take your none of that. He's just like, you need to be corrected, okay? Hey, what you say, unique Laura? Lucy? It's like fucking Babalu all over again. Come on, man. He's being a total dick at this point. And at this point, it seems to me, oh, I just want to lock this bitch up. Plain and simple. That's just the vibe I'm getting from this motherfucker right here. I just want to lock this bitch up because I don't like her motherfucking vibe.
Corrected when my life was just threatened and my daughter's sick. I just want to go.
Another point.
Alright?
She needs
Why
to be
do I have to be corrected when my life was just threatened and my daughter's sick? I just want to go.
Are you going to continue
charge
screaming?
my phone. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Do not touch me.
Now, he's being the super asshole at this point, and you can see the other two officers, surprisingly enough, they're the calm ones. They are the calm ones. They're the ones, you got fucking Ricky Ricardo and Babalu talking about, I'm about to correct you and lock you up for being disorderly. Fuck the fact that some dude has pointed a gun at you and has threatened to end your life. Damn all that. We gonna go ahead and lock your ass up right now because you raising your voice and I don't like your tone. Officer, whoever the fuck you are, you're in your feelings and you're being a bad cop right now.
Do not record this. Do not touch me. 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 I just said I wanted to call my kids. I just said I wanted to call my kids. My phone is dead. What do you not understand? I got a gun pointed in front of me and my kids is sick. I'm stressed out. I need to go call my children. I need to call my kids.
Terrible, man. Just terrible. Just watch how that shit unfolds one more time.
I'll give you one more chance. If you don't calm down, I'm gonna bring you in.
I just asked if I could go down next door and
you need
call
to
my
chill out.
kids.
You need to.
I'm going to bring you in. We're going to have some fried chicken and a couple of grape sodas. And then I'm going to sing Babalu to you. And then we're going... This shit is ridiculous, man. That is terrible that this police officer has been being this unprofessional and just flat out not doing his fucking job. Plain and simple. This is a disgrace. And yes, I'm fucking with him because he's fucking with her.
Okay. I just asked if I could go down next door and
call my
chill
kids.
Out.
You need to chill out.
Excuse me.
The street cameras.
Okay, where are they?
Okay, where are
He got cameras saying he
Look
got
around,
cameras. There's a camera right there. Y'all need to do something.
Oh yeah, you need to chill out.
Okay? I just asked if I could go down next door and
you need
call
to chill
my
out.
kids.
You need to chill out because now you're gonna be arrested.
Excuse me.
You're being disorderly right now.
I'm asking. I'm talking to her.
You're gonna be arrested.
I'm talking to this lady.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one more chance. If you don't calm down, I'm gonna bring you in.
I'm calm. I just want to go talk to my kids. I have a very important phone call. I just asked if I could go next door and charge my phone. My daughter is sick. I don't have time for this.
Screaming again.
I'm freaking out.
Second time. Okay? You are acting disorderly. You will be arrested. Okay?
Got a gun
Get it right.
My face. My
okay, we're gonna help you out.
We're trying to
gonna help you out.
Listen, we're here to investigate. Just calm down.
You know what? She needs to be made corrected, if anything.
Calm down.
Alright?
Why do I have to be corrected when my life was just threatened and my daughter's sick? I just want to go
Are you
next
gonna
door
continue
and charge
screaming?
my phone. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Do not record this. Do not touch me. Do not touch me.
So here's my problem with this, CJ. So you saying cop was probably wrong, but why argue? Just comply and basically do what the officers say. Here's where they're wrong, where I disagree with you on that. Because of the situation, you have to allot for the fact. That's just like if you have a person who comes at you, and if you're a police officer and you have a kid that comes and screams at you and say, help, 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 my mom is being killed by my daddy stabbed me, my mom. You heard the information, okay? You've gotten information and say, hey, the next question should be, where is your mom? Where are they at? If I do this, hey son, you need to calm down. I don't like your tone. I'm not being a good police officer because I'm not taking into account the totality of the circumstances. The totality of these circumstances is that you have two people who have gotten into it with a person, and that person has not only threatened their life, but has also threatened their life with a firearm. I don't give a fuck who you are till you've been on the other end of a firearm and you have somebody threaten you with it. It brings about a different type of attitude to yourself. All right, especially if you're in a situation where you can't defend yourself. Even if a motherfucker pointed a gun at me and I carry a firearm, I'm still going to be not my normal self to where I'm just so cool, calm, and collected to where I'm good with a stranger or a person I've got beef with pointing a gun at me and then threatening to kill me. Now, the fact that these two people have had this happen and they've not only explained this to the police officer, not once, not twice, but several times, they have every right to be frustrated, upset, and pissed off to the point to where, hey man, you need to do your fucking job. I've given you more than enough substantial information to where not only do you need to go and have a conversation with this dude, but you need to be treating this motherfucker as if he's committed the crime, not me. He's more concerned as an officer to actually tell this person they need to watch their tone and they need to be corrected because of the level of their voice in this type of situation. Hell no, that's bad police officer. That's a bad police officer right there. He is not doing his job. He has gotten evidence of a crime being committed. He's had not one but two people corroborate that story and have explained it to him at least 3 times. And he's so worried about the tone of one person's voice that he's willing to throw that woman to the ground and lock her ass up. And then they don't arrest the dude who actually committed a fucking crime till a week later?
Warning, bullshit alert.
That's bullshit. That cop he was not doing his job. He was being bad police. Plain and simple. And because Jason Gunn is my motherfucking man, I'm gonna rewind this shit.
Called him a faggot.
I did. I think he called me a hooker.
So who lives there?
Me.
You live there, and that's your friend?
Yeah, I live next door, not there.
They live next door.
He called me a hooker. He's been calling me a hoe. We didn't even say anything. We didn't say nothing. We were walking on the. He was like. Hooker.
Right, that's fine,
and then we was like,
that's what he said.
Like, you know, I'm not gonna sit there and let you call me out of my name,
so
especially you've been doing it
the
past few days, and no, that's not cool. Like, he's sitting here in his yard.
How come you haven't called the police for him?
Why am I gonna call the police for him calling me names? I'll just take my ass in the house.
Every right
but
to
he
do
pulled
that.
out a freaking gun.
He pulled out a gun.
A shotgun.
And pointed it at my face.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And told me he was gonna shoot me, and I didn't even got anything to do with it.
What color was the shotgun?
I just saw the black barrel. It was long. It's long.
It's a shotgun.
Okay, hear me out. So, he called you a hooker. You call him a faggot.
He called me a hooker. He was like hooker, and we was like.
But what I'm trying to figure out is at which point you actually stay on scene just to go to battle with him.
We did not stay on scene. We were
walking
down the street.
I'm asking her. Give me 1 second. Y'all screaming over here. I'm trying to figure it out.
We're not. We're not trying to scream. You know, we're like.
It doesn't matter.
I get it. You're reacting, but
no.
He gets it. Why can't you get it?
No, I get it, but I don't like the tone of voice.
So now, okay. So he calls you a hooker. You called him a faggot. At which point, if you see him going back inside the house,
he didn't go in the house.
He had that shotgun with him already.
He already. I don't know. All I know is he bent down, picked it up, and told me he was gonna shoot me in the head. That's what he told me.
Okay.
It happened.
He never went in the house.
Never went in the house.
He never went in the house.
You saw it right there.
So
he
bent down. He has a bunch of trees. All we know is he turned and came up like this.
Okay, give me a sec.
He was in the fence the whole time. We were right here. Like, is there cameras out here that can prove this? There's street cameras. There's
okay, where are they?
I don't know.
He got cameras saying he got cameras. It's a camera right there. Y'all need to do something.
Oh yeah, you need to chill out. Okay?
I just asked if I could go down next door and
you need to chill out.
Kids.
You need to chill out because now you're gonna be arrested.
Excuse me.
You're being disorderly right now.
I'm asking. I'm talking to her.
You're gonna be arrested.
I'm talking to this lady.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one more chance. If you don't calm down, I'm gonna bring you in.
I'm calm.
I'm going to
bring you in. I just want to go talk to my kids. I have a very important phone call. I just asked if I could go next door and charge my phone. My daughter is sick. I don't have time for this.
You're screaming again.
I'm freaking out.
Second time. Okay? You are acting disorderly. You will be arrested. Okay?
Got a gun
Get it right.
my face. My
Okay, we're going to help you out.
We're trying
We're gonna help you out.
He's being an
Listen,
asshole.
we're here to investigate. Just calm down.
You know what? She needs to be made corrected, if anything.
Calm down.
Alright?
Why do I have to be corrected when my life was just threatened and my daughter's sick? I just want to go
Are you going to continue
charge
screaming?
my phone. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Do not record this. Do not touch me. 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 I just said I wanted to call my kids. I just said I wanted to call my kids. My phone is dead. What do you not understand? I got a gun pointed in front of me and my kid is sick. I'm stressed out. I need to go call my children. I need to call my kids.
I don't know how the fuck she held onto that phone the whole time, but goddamn. But that's it right there. And it's like, now I'm gonna say this, Jessica. He fucked up, and yes, he's an asshole, but he don't need to lose his job and lose his livelihood. We sometimes go too far with that. Just because you do something wrong on your job don't necessarily mean you need to get fired for it. Now, if this is some shit where he's repeatedly had this happen, totally different story. But one fuck up, you should not lose your job as a police officer. That's the first thing out of a lot of people's mouths when something goes left, something goes wrong, or they make a bad judgment call. I can have a bad day at my job, just like he can, but he definitely royally fucked up, and he didn't do his job. And the fact that they were telling him to do his job, he should have just fucking humbled himself and fucking did his job. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So you said cop is definitely wrong, but there's a reason she was dealt with like this and the other female was left alone. And cop was definitely wrong. But the reason why she was dealt like this, she had every right to be upset because this officer wasn't doing his job. And I'm telling you, if you in a situation where you going with back and forth with an authority figure and you're in the right and that authority figure is in the wrong, hey man, there's a job, there's a reason why he has a badge, there's a reason why he gets paid what the fuck he gets paid, and there's a reason why he has authority. And that is there's an expectation for him at that point to do his fucking job. Just like police officers, there's so many different turns throughout a police officer's career, we always ask this: hey, why not trust me to do my job? Let me be the professional. I'm the professional. I'm the one that's trained. I'm in the situation. I'm in charge. I'm in control. Let me do my job. It's like so many times do people hinder that process as to why shit does go left and people wind up getting shot, tased, going to jail, being for disorderly, whatever the case may be. In this case right here, this wasn't his shining moment, because he should have said, hey, I understand that you're upset. Let me diffuse the situation by separating y'all. I'm gonna give you a timeout, Showbiz Pizza, and I'm gonna keep talking to this lady here who's explained herself very calmly several times. She has every right to be upset. She has every right to be agitated. She has every right to not be in her best self because of the circumstances. What has happened to her. It's not every day that you get into it with your fucking neighbor and get a fucking shotgun pointed at you with a threat. Doesn't happen every day. And if you live in a place where that does happen, then that's on your ass, and hey, still it's not the norm. Plain and simple. It does not happen. I've had a gun pointed at me several times. I get it. Yeah, I may have had a different reaction. Yeah, I may not have been as emotional, but the fact of the matter is, her reaction was definitely well warranted based on the circumstances that has taken place. Because what they were doing, going back and forth, arguing, calling each other faggots and motherfucking hoes and bitches and all that shit, puss ass niggas, fuck niggas need to die, all that shit you can do, fine. But the minute a gun comes into play, you done leveled up, you done went to the point to where somebody's life is in danger. Because that asshole could have pulled the trigger. Come to grips with that. Come to grips with that at the point to realize, even after it's happened, I might not be standing here right now had this asshole decided to take shit a step further and pull the trigger. I could be dead. And that brings about your mortality. It makes you think about your kids. It makes you think about your family. It makes you think about not being here no more. You ever heard of the phrase, my life flashed before my eyes? Shit like that happens when your life is threatened or in danger. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. And that's exactly why I said what I said, Jason. If he felt that the situation was getting out of control and that there was chaos, he should have separated the witnesses, put one in the car, took one on the other side of the car, took one up the street, down the street. I don't give a fuck. You got 2 officers out there with you, man. Put their ass to work. Instead of you trying to grandstand and be the badass cop, trying to be on some Lonzo and training day shit, showing these young rookies how it's done, you should have put them to work and used them to your advantage instead of letting them witness you being an asshole and getting suspended. That's what you should have did. I can't tell you, hey, how many times I've seen police officers do that. Hey, we got 3 motherfuckers here. Hey, look, you take one, you take one, you take one. Y'all get their statements. We'll all come back in the huddle, figure out what the fuck is going on. Because in between everybody's lies, you'll find the truth. Everybody's story, you can listen to it, and there you will find the truth once you bring it all together. That's exactly what he should have did. And because he didn't, shit got out of hand. He got frustrated. They were already frustrated, rightfully so. And he fucked around and got very unprofessional and didn't do his job. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. He should not have let it get that far. He should not have got outside his body. He got off his square and he's out there with 3 motherfuckers. I mean, with 2 other motherfuckers. Y'all definitely had this situation well under control and you allowed it to go and get out of hand. Plain and simple. That's just it. So I'm glad that I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. Like I said, I wanted to make sure that I called this out because I saw that this was definitely one of those instances where shit went left because of bad officers not policing properly. That's what I saw in this. So I wanted to make sure that I pointed this out because, hey, it was just something that I saw and was like, man, you know, I'd be so quick to call out other motherfuckers. I'm going to call this shit out too because wrong is wrong. Plain and simple. Right is right. Yes, it's more niggas fucking up and not handling themselves correctly with the police and they wind up getting their asses locked up. But there are also police officers that are not well trained enough and don't handle themselves correctly. And in a lot of instances, they wind up doing the wrong thing and making the wrong choices. So, hey, it doesn't happen that often, but when it does, it needs to be called out to some degree. At the end of the day, I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. Remember, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Also, let me go ahead and give a shout out to anybody that got the young donation link up in there. You can still click the donation if you're watching it on the replay. Whatever the case may be, go ahead and hit it. It's all good. Show your boy some love. Yes, indeed. Got me up here sweating under these cameras, drinking this good wine. I'm having a good time, so I don't mind. And we're going to go ahead and let's see here. There we go. All right. Boom. First and foremost, let's see who is up. I don't want to make this name. Yep. Yo, I want to give a shout out to my man. I want to give a shout out to Michelle Colbray, showing support to the fellow Midwesterner from Techno City, Motown, Motor City, to the birthplace of house music, Second City, Chi-Town, Midwestern side, USA, Heartland up. That's what's up. Thank you, good sir, for your donation. Let's see here. My man Jimmy D. It's not much, but every bit counts. You right, Jimmy D, because I am definitely saving up for something really big. I can't wait till I get there. I got a long ways to go, but I'm about maybe a fourth of the way there. But I'm definitely got something for the show that I'm gonna upgrade to when I get a chance. I just gotta keep stacking these papers, keep stacking these, clocking these dollars. But actually, I'm almost, yeah, I'm a little bit over a fourth of the way there. So y'all just keep donating and I'm gonna keep on donating and we're gonna get this shit together. Upgrade is coming. And then we got Unique Laura. Thank you, Unique Laura. Throwing some love and support. Much love. That's what's up. I appreciate that. And to everybody else that donated. Oh wait, hold on. I got one more. My man Billy Goat. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you, Billy Goat, for the work, hard work over there in the relationship rehab chat, getting everybody over to the other side. I appreciate you and your donation, good sir. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. If you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead, click the like button, share it, send it to somebody, and just get their thoughts, see what they think. And to everybody that has been commenting on the videos I've been putting out, I made up my mind I'm going to do a show probably tomorrow, or tomorrow's Tuesday. Yeah, either tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm going to do a show and go over these comments, because some of them are really good and encouraging. Some of them are really crazy and wild, and then there's a lot of fuck shit in there too. So we're going to talk about all of that. I'm going to have a good time, get some laughs in, talk some cash shit. It's going to be great. So anybody else that's watching these videos, please go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, say what's up, I hate you nigga, whatever you want to do. Just have a discussion. I appreciate it. Thank you to CJ Gunn for stating your mind, speaking your mind. I'm glad we had the convo. You guys hit me up if you need something. Email me at ugoa1791@gmail.com or hit me up at therelationshiprehab@gmail.com. I thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. Hey, y'all have a good night. Your boy got nothing but love for you. Peace, and I'm out. Boom.